Wow, we got some actors out there. I'm still grading some of them, so please check and make sure you're checking for my feedback. Great job on some of it. A lot of you who did it early. Quick announcement. Please don't plagiarize. Please don't use AI. Please. If you should get an email from me, please respond as quickly as possible. Enough on that. Welcome to Module 4, guys. Our theatrical journey is moving forward, so let's hop on this ride. Let's hope it hasn't been too bumpy, it hasn't been too fast. Let's hope the inclines and descents haven't been too steep. Let's keep having fun. The world of theater is a roller coaster of emotions and human sensibilities. I just made that up. Anyway, what are we doing this week? So there are 3 lectures that you're going to start off with after you read your chapter, right? You can read your chapter quickly because your lectures are going to help you out the most on your exams, which we have an exam this week. We're already at the midterm. This class is flying. It's insane. I didn't design. I designed the class, but I didn't come up with this 7-week idea. That's the university. So talk to them. So you're going to be looking at the directing process, the producing process, and the choreographer, what they do. It's mostly about directing. We're going to look at the isms of theater, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute. What a director, producer, and choreographer do. Director Hattie Moran has a production of the Dollhouse you're going to take a look at. Liv Ullmann has a production of, it's actually of the film, which I don't use often, but of Miss Julie by August Strindberg. David Laveau in his Cyrano de Bergerac. It stars Kevin Kline, but that's by Rostand. Richard Jones and the Hairy Ape by Eugene O'Neill. You'll see a clip from that. Spring Awakenings, a brilliant musical, I think. It's directed by Michael Mayer. And then Michael Arabian and his production of Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett. And Deborah Warner, there's a production, it's sort of a short little documentary, very short, on her production of Mother Courage and Her Children by Bertolt Brecht. And then Julie Taymor talks about the process of directing. She's famous for The Lion King. You'll see an example from The Lion King. And then Joe Mantello, who directed Wicked, which there's a movie opening that's opened. They're going to talk about the process of his process and the collaboration. Those of you who want to be managers, pay close attention to directing, because directors are great managers, and so are producers. Sam Mendes talks about how he directed King Lear and his process of working with actors. And you'll see a scene from King Lear. You're going to watch 2 different concepts of Oklahoma. One is from an earlier version by Trevor Nunn, and the other one is Daniel Fish, director Daniel Fish with producer Eva Price on 2019 production that got rave reviews, but it's about a director's concept, which you'll read and learn about. All right, and then there's going to be a quiz on those videos, so make sure you're watching them very closely and you're doing well. Remember, you can take the quizzes as many times as you want. Now I'm going to talk about the assignment, and I'm going to give you some really good advice, so hold on a second. I had to get a sip of water. So your assignment, it's worth 50 points, is a number of questions that you're going to answer. So you're going to learn what isms are in the theater. It's in art too, but we're focused on the art form of theater. So isms, realism, naturalism, expressionism, theater of the absurd, theater of alienation. These things are talked about in the chapter and the lecture. So these videos that you just watched are examples of realism, naturalism, expressionism. Okay, so many of them are going to, the questions are going to ask you to define, like realism, for example, naturalism, expressionism. Use the definitions that are directly from the chapter or from the lecture. They're both the same. Use those definitions. If you get lazy and Google and use some other definition, you won't get credit for it. Most of those out there in internet world aren't focusing on what the theater is about. And and the actual chapter does a really nice job of explaining what they are. And you can miss the answer of what's the example in the video if you don't use those definitions. You can use it word for word. I'm fine with that. Just show me you understand, okay? And you'll see them on the final exam. Answer the questions. Use examples. Don't make up stuff. Yeah, and you'll do great on it. But use the definitions in the chapter and in the lecture okay? Not doing it, I will not give you credit. If you've seen that I haven't given you credit on things because you just aren't watching these, or you're just not remembering, or you're not reading the instructions fully, I'm sorry. Learn to do that. All right, going on. All right. So the next thing is another practice evaluation, where you are going to evaluate the director. I have a scene from Dear Evan Hansen. It's a musical that you are going to watch. I have a synopsis that tells you everything that's happened up to this scene, and you are going to evaluate the director. Right? What happens if you don't mention his name? Michael Grief. It's written in bold right there. What happens? That's right, Mary in New Philadelphia. You don't get credit. Please mention their names. Mention the artists' names. Give them credit. We've done this, all right? Don't do it again if you've done it before. Please. But anyway, the synopsis is there. What you want to do is show me what you've learned about directing. You also, what style are they using? And understand style. We just went over the isms, like expressionism, which is this scene. I just told you the answer. Oh no. Wonder who's watching. I hope you don't say realism. There are realistic elements like costumes and things like that, but look at what realism is. We're in the I'm not going to tell you the answer. Anyway, follow the directions clearly. If you have questions, let me know. But just follow the directions and listen to what I am telling you right now. And show me and read my feedback, please. I'm here to help you. I want to see you do well on the final production critique at the end of the class. All right. Then you have the summary, and then I'm going to talk briefly about the midterm exam, which I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. I'm not going to stop. It's 100 questions. It's time for 60 minutes. So you have plenty of time for each question. So know the material. Study my lectures, the notes that you took on my lectures. You will do well if you do that. Not doing that, you won't have time to Google answers. Don't even try it. But who does that, right? Why would you do that? So I've caught people, believe it or not. Anyway, it's all multiple choice, true, false. It's 60 seconds, 60 minutes, not seconds. So do well on it. If you have questions, let me know. That's what we're doing. We're learning about directing, producing, and acting this week, and we're taking the midterm exam, which you will do great on. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm gone. Talk to you in Module 5. Module 5 is coming up next. Oh, wow. That's a big one. It's on design. See you then. Bye.